What's up guys, welcome to another video, and today we're going to install both my engine and my transmission mount on my Mk6 Gti. So I have the new mounts. These are 034 Motorsports, so they're pretty much, they look identical to OEM, but the bushings are actually upgraded. So I have something a little bit more stiff for performance, but it's still bearable for street use. So the first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and start taking these two apart. Hopefully I don't have to take this completely off, mainly because I have a large amount of fluid in there, but there's a good chance I might because there's little to no room in there. So I have to take this off, most likely get the coolant reservoir off, clear up the lines, disconnect the bracket, and then we go ahead and start taking the mount off. I also went ahead and apply jack up the engine. Maybe you may not know this, but I'm jacking from the bottom. I have a flat surface, I don't know if you can see it, but I have a flat surface that is evenly hoisted up the engine and holding it into a good posture. So literally there is no load or pressure onto the engine to the chassis. It's literally just, it's basically free right now. So we're gonna go ahead and start taking everything apart. All right, so like I said, I already moved the coolant reservoir. So T20 or T25 to remove both of these torques back here. So gonna be back there hiding a little bit, right here and here. And I said 10 to remove the washer fluid cap. I only took the first half, the top piece. I don't need to take the whole thing. So it's supposed to look like this. And I just pop that sucker out. Let's put it away. So now I have to get rid of this bracket. So this little bracket right here, they look like 14s. Let me double check. But when I remove these, then we can start breaking these off and take it apart. All right, so there are 13s. Just to let you guys know, 13 sockets. And so once I get this bracket off, then pretty much that's it for everything accessory wise. Now we can get to the main course, which is the engine mount. I went ahead and grabbed the sockets just to make sure everything is a perfect fit. So we got a 16 on the two bolts by the chassis and 18s for the other two bolts from the engine. And go ahead and break these suckers off. Awesome. So we got all the bolts off. The great thing about it, I was able to take it off with my hands and I thread it out. And it shows that, you know, there's nothing against the thread of there's nothing against the thread, and you know the engine is not lopsided or anything. So little things you gotta take in consideration. If you have a hard time getting it off, either you raise it up a little bit more or you lower it down just to line it up just enough. And when you're done, let's take it apart and see how it compares. So it's pretty much the same. What's weird was just my finger, dude. Kid you not, look at that. With just my finger. That is crazy. This one takes a little bit more effort and struggle. And this one is just super worn out. Like, I'm not even applying too much pressure. It's just like literally my thumb going down. That's scary, dude. What I like to do first, I like to thread these first, and then if I have to line the bottom up, I'll either raise or lower it just to get the right thread. The whole point is to make sure these things are lined up perfectly. Don't want to cross thread it, you don't want to mess anything up. Right before I start taking bolts and put it and install it, I like to put some thread locks on these suckers, just to make sure they don't go anywhere for a very long time. Okay, to torque these now, the two bolts that are connected to the engine, these will go for 60 newton meters. So you torque these 60 newton meters and you go at 90 degrees extra. That's it. And for here, down here, you only go 40 newton meters in the same process. And we're done. So that's pretty much it, guys. Everything is torqued, like I said, 60 by the engine, 40 newton meters by the chassis. Now we basically put everything backwards, put everything back, and then we're gonna go through the transmission side. All right, so done with the engine side, onto the transmission. Transmission takes a little bit more step, but it's pretty much straightforward. Gotta get rid of all of these intake components. Gotta get the battery out, and that should be it. Literally should be right under the battery, right down there, just hiding, chilling. So we need to get that off before we proceed. All right, so got the battery out, got the intake out. I also got this out. This is for the wire harness that was chilling right here. So how to pop that out, take these covers off so I could release all the wires, and just take this thing off because it's going to be in the way. It's literally covering literally half of the mount, so you got to take it off. Once you get that off, you just move these wires around for clearance, and then we're gonna begin. So the transmission mount is right here, and all the bolts, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, that's it. So once you get these suckers off, pull it out, put a new one in, good to go. All right, let's go ahead and break them off. All right, so all the bolts are pretty much out. Put these boys over here because we can't reuse these. Gotta get new ones. And all we had to do is wiggle this sucker. Oh, that's easy. Just get this sucker out. So here we go. Here we have it, guys. Transmission mount. Let's see if we can see. Let's see how weak this one is. This one is not as bad as the engine. There's still play. Yeah, there's still play with just one finger, but it's not as much play in comparison to the engine. Like, the engine is shot, dude. Look at that. Freaking done, dude. But transmission looked like it had some life left. Well, better now than never. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and put this sucker on. All right, so I got everything lined up, everything snugged in. But once you snug everything in, now you can go ahead and torque it. All right, now we're done with the transmission side. So everything was torqued in, everything is perfect. So just double check it, make sure everything is right. Now we're gonna put everything back together, and we're gonna see how it feels when we drive it. So something interesting happened, and I should have known, but I didn't suspect it. So before, in my old transmission and engine mount, I will feel like the car will like jerk a little bit when I put it in from, like, say, neutral to drive, or from drive to neutral to the reverse. But now I don't feel it. I can hear it making the transition like a regular DSG, but you don't hear it, which is weird, and you don't feel it either. So it's literally capable of absorbing all that motion. That is really good. So the drive feels really good, very comfortable, stop and goes, full throttle, everything. So it feels better than stock. because it feels more performance oriented, if that's the best way I could describe it. But at the same time, it's not unbearable. So it's a win-win in my book. And on that note, guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and I cannot wait to see you guys in the next video. Take care, man.